Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hey, Miss Carol from South Carolina. Thanks for joining. I have a little bit of a delay on my phone. I just wanted to make sure that my sign was correct. So I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love Stampin' Up! Products, and I love sharing some card making. Thanks for joining, Mary and Anne Marie. Good to see you guys. I have a Facebook page and a YouTube page, Trisha's Card Club, easy to find me. And if you have a need for Stampin' Up! Supplies, you can always look at trishan.stampinup.net. That's a 365 availability. Hey, Miss Karen, thanks for joining. So you can always go there. What else can I tell you? Let me see. Tonight we're going to do a really fun card. I've never done it before. When we had free shipping 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I can't remember how long ago, I took advantage and ordered something that I've always wanted but had never ordered just because I thought it would be fun. So I'm going to work on that. Hey, Huckles. Okay, so I'm going to put you up, do a couple announcements, say hello on screen, and then I'm going to roll down and get right into the card making. If you've never seen me before, what you want to do is you want to maybe close your eyes, because I do, it's a little bit of a jiggle. No matter how hard I try, it still jiggles a little. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to go around. This is where you want to close your eyes. Oops. Let me see if I can get me in there. There we go. All right. I'm in. Okay. Hi, I'm Trish again. Welcome, you guys. I love when you share some of your Monday night time with me. I'm very appreciative, and I don't take it for granted, especially during football season for us who are football fans. So I try to make my videos succinct enough that you can watch a good card idea and then still get in a full game. So that's that. A couple of quick announcements that I like to continue to remind you about, because I think there's such a good deal. Stampin' Up! Has a joint offer right now. For $99, you get $168.75 worth of Stampin' Up! Product. And that is an amazing, amazing deal. It's our 35th anniversary of being a business. And so it's 35% more product in the starter kit. And that it just doesn't get any better than that. So I strongly encourage you, if you have a long wish list, if you like the concept of a discount, if you want to get the inside scoop on what's happening with Stampin' Up! A couple days or a couple weeks earlier than everyone else, this is the time to sign up. And then also, if you sign up this month, Stampin' Up! Has it will be free for you. It's $79 for me, but it will be free for you to do an online Zoom event that Stampin' Up! Has August 11th. So to give that some thought. You know what? I don't know if I'm looking in the right direction, you guys. The light is on. It's blinding me. So I think I'm looking down. So I apologize if I'm looking down. So anyways, the join opportunity is fantastic, and it's worth every penny. And so that's that. And then also just, I goofed up last week. Our Zoom card making is this coming Saturday at 9 o'clock. I sent the link out last week, got all confused. It was a little bit crazy. So I apologize for that craziness. You might have seen, some of you guys that follow me on my Facebook page, Karen Code was here for the weekend, and we had a fabulous time. We did all kinds of stuff, went to a beautiful area in North Carolina, and I'm exhausted. Yes, she wore me out. She fully wore me out. So, but tonight's cards are sort of based on the beautiful scenery that we got to see in North Carolina, from Tennessee to North Carolina and then back, and some of the stuff that we did around here too. So I'm going to flip you down and get started, because the light is blinding me, as I said, and I don't even know if I'm even looking in the right way. So I'm going to turn you down. Close your eyes for just a minute. I'm going to flip you around. All right. Yes, Karen laughs like she thinks it's funny how tired I am. Little does she know. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to be using for tools tonight. Tonight we're going to be using, let me put this to the direction so that you guys can see it. Tonight we're going to be using a paper that is actually no longer available. It's the 6x6 All About Autumn. It's not that it's not available. Hey, Nancy, thanks for joining. It's just that it's on back order until the 30th of this month, I believe, which is actually right around the corner. I think that's when it comes in. But if you want fall paper, the back side of Them Bones paper, which is this one right here, has some really good, it's probably hard to see because it's not clear. Let me give a minute to, there we go, till it focuses. There's some really pretty patterns on the back of this paper. It does have Halloween themed stuff on it, but it has some really pretty paper on the back. The other thing that we're going to use tonight, this is what I got, you guys, that I have always wanted to buy and just said when it came time for free shipping, I was going to go and splurge. It's called the Patchwork Pieces die. Now, I'm going to do a card with it It is the easiest way to use the die, but the dies have all kinds of uses. If you Google the Patchwork Pieces die by Stampin' Up, you will see a ton of suggestions and ideas. I just wanted to do something that you guys could mimic, copy, or case as you want, however you want to word it. That would be fast, easy, and then you could make multiple cards of it. So let's just take this die because I didn't use this one. So let's take this die as an example. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 sections to this die. If you took 6 different pieces of designer series paper, you would have 6 different cards. Does that make sense? Because you'd be intermixing all the pieces. So that is just one way that you can use the die. I'm using this one tonight, and I used 1 piece of designer series paper. And again, I used it from the garden patch. The autumn garden, and this is the one that I'm using. And I'm actually going to also use just 1 stamp from the Timeless Arrangements, because this is definitely a kill 2 birds with 1 stone card tonight. I have several thank you notes that I need to get out in the mail, and I need to get them like ASAP. So tonight I'm making this card to use as a thank you card. So for the Timeless Arrangements, I used the thank you out of that. My base is Cajun Craze. And what is my... One moment. What color is that? Crushed Curry. So I'm using Crushed Curry and Cajun Craze as my cards that are going to go with this piece of designer series paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I run it through the Big Shot. You guys know that typically I don't do the Big Shot work on camera. I do it off camera to save time. But this particular card was a little bit challenging to do off camera. So I'm taking this. Sorry, I can't. Let me see if I can move this up a little bit, you guys, and still get it on camera. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm going to take this 6x6 piece of paper, and I'm going to cut it down to 4 inches. And you just decide what part of the 4 inches that you want to use for your card front. I could probably cut it down to 4 1/4 and use the extra for the flap on the envelope. I didn't do that tonight, but I could probably have done that. Then I'm going to put this on my cut and emboss machine. I'm going to put the die down where I want the leaves, where I want the most leaves, and where I put it is where it has the most leaves. I couldn't get that out. And then I'm going to run it through the Big Shot, the cut and emboss machine. If I call it by the right name, that would be good. Sorry for my hand, but that's the easiest way to do it, is to hold it up there. Sorry for all the wiggles and shakes and jiggles. And this is why I don't do stuff on oh good, Carol, you haven't used it yet. Well, hopefully this will give you an idea. That's one of the reasons why I don't do cut and emboss machines on when I'm going live, you guys, because my whole table shakes. So there is the die. So I'm going to just take it off on the acrylic plate. And I'm going to take that off, and you'll see how pretty it is. It's really cool how it came out, how Stampin' Up did it. Now, this piece of paper, size-wise, is 5 inches by 3.5. 5 inches by 3.5. That's the size of the crushed curry paper. I'm just going to slide this under here like that. Okay. Now, this is how I do it. You may have an easier method. If you find one, leave me a message. Tell me about it, because I'm always looking for good ideas. And I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit closer now so that you can see a little bit easier what I'm doing. Okay. And then can you guys see all the beautiful details of what it looks like stitching? I know, isn't that? Now, I don't know if you can tell, but in the very center, all these pieces are attached. I'm going to take them apart because I want to have space between my paper and my DSP. So I'm turning it this way because this is just easiest for me. I'm putting my finger right in the center, and I'm just gently pulling the pieces off, just gently pulling them off like this. And I'm trying to kind of keep them in the right order just so I don't have to reorder them. I mean, I'll have to move them around a little bit, but I'm trying to keep them in the same order. Now you could have just glued that down and put a label on it and went on your way. I just want to do something a little bit different that shows through the paper that's underneath it. So it's literally just tearing them off. They come off super easy. You don't have to pull them real hard at all. And I'm not going to worry too much about them being out of order because I'm going to glue them down. Okay, there's that. And then my last two, I'll just do them together. Okay. All right. Now I need my glasses. Doesn't that look kind of messy? But it's going to get really pretty. Tonight, to put my paper to my DSP to my cardstock, I am using Tombo's liquid glue. We call it the green glue because it's in a green bottle. It's not green, it's white. I rarely use this because I don't like how it makes my hands sticky. Other people love it and that's all they use. So as you guys know, I'm a mono adhesive girl, but in this application, it would be a lot easier to use the glue because you get a little bit of grace and mercy. So I'm going to start with this first piece right here. Now, this is going to be my challenge, how to talk. Hey, Judy, thanks for joining. How to talk and entertain you while it takes me a little bit of time to get all this paper on here. So fingers crossed that you don't fall asleep. Let me just make sure I'm getting the right spacing. Okay, so I think that where you need to pay the most attention is to make sure you get it even across the top areas. I'll show you. I made a couple of these so you'll kind of see what I'm talking about, where I didn't get it exactly even across the top, which is fine. The people that receive our cards are so happy to get cards. They don't have to be perfect. We don't shoot for perfect here. We just shoot for getting the cards in the mail. So that's our goal. How many cards can we get in the mail in a day? All right, now I'm going to be a little off. Can you tell already that I'm going to be a little off, you guys, on this side? Because this one is too far over and I can't fix it. I can't move it because actually, you know what? I think I probably can. Let me just move it just a little bit. I think I can. No. Okay. I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that at the end. So don't worry about it. It's okay that it's a little bit too far over. It'll all come out in the end. I promise. So let's just get this as close to this one as we can. There we go. So we want to kind of make sure that we line up across the top as best we can. It'll look nicer if we can get them all the way even across the top. So what you're going to see is I'm going to have more of the yellow on one side than the other, but no worries because you know what? We just trim it at the end. Yeah, that's how easy it is to fix it. So we don't sweat it. Carol, I always get the green glue off of me. That's why I do not use it. It is the messiest little bugger. But as I said, it works really good for this kind of an application because you can slide it into place. Okay, and then we'll do this one. Now, when I've got this piece down, I have got basically the whole first half done. And so these two pieces should sort of line up together. So see how there's a lot of space on this side and there is, let me get that. And there's very little space on the side. Not worry. I'm going to trim it all around and it's going to look just fine. As a matter of fact, if you want to, you guys, you can use a bigger piece of base and then just trim it all even at the end too. You don't have to have it cut exactly the way that I did it, if that helps you. Hey, Angela, thanks for joining. I'm glad you're here. Late or not, you're still welcome and very happy that you joined us. You can watch the replay to catch up on the beginning parts. But basically, we're using patchwork pieces dies, a die that Stampin' Up has, and we are using some Designer Series paper from the Autumn Leaves collection, which is currently on back order, but it will be in if you will wait. But this is a technique that you guys can use with any, see, that's what I mean. It gets all over with any DSP. You can use this with any DSP that has what do you call this, you guys? It's called something. Scenery. That is scenery. Oh, I could not get that word. Looked, couldn't find it. Okay. So any DSP that has scenery will work with this kind of technique. There's so many cool things that I've seen done with this die. Like I said, I'm just picking the fastest, easiest one to do. Oops. I think this goes, let me make sure I'm going to line this up correctly. And that goes there, and that goes there. Okay. So the goal, in addition to making it even across the edges, is you kind of want to have a similar amount of space between each piece. That's kind of what you're shooting for. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's what you're shooting for. And then let's see how this last piece is going to look. I did 3. 2 came out exactly the way they were supposed to, and one I had to trim way down. So this may be a trim way down. Yeah. Oh, bummer, 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 bummer. Because there's not going to be any space between this one. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I have a way to fix it. So that's the card. Let me get some scissors and trim it. My videos are live and unedited. I like everyone to know that, just in case they're wondering, why does this girl make these mistakes? It's because I don't edit my videos. What you see is what you get. I've been stamping for 23 years. I make mistakes still. We all do. It's not about being perfect. It's about making a card and blessing someone's socks off. So that's what I do. All right. So there we go. You can barely tell on this one, and I'm going to fix it so that you're not going to be able to really tell at all. I think I'm going to be able to fix that. When I say fix it, I mean how I'm going to put my label on it. Okay, so then I'm going to do this. There's where my mono comes into play, and I'm going to put it on the base of my card. Let's see, where is that? Let's do it this way. It will be a little teeny bit less obvious. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so now I've made my tag using the double oval punch. You guys, let me talk a little bit about the double oval punch just for a second. You know that I don't spend a lot of time selling. I don't need to. Stampin' Up's product sells themselves. I think demonstrating them, you see the value of them. This is a current punch, but I have a feeling it's not going to come back next year. And this is a punch I would keep forever. As a matter of fact, I wish Stampin' Up would do squares and circles, every double you can get, because it's so useful. So I strongly encourage you to get that punch before it goes out, because it would really help. So when I first did this, I put my thank you right here in the very center of my card, and I liked it, and I thought it looked really good. Kirill, how did you find me? I guess that was the question I wanted to ask you before. Okay, I loved it that way, but I decided that it looked really cool if I just moved the whole thing off the center. So I like that even better. So that's how I'm going to put it on with 3 dimensionals. I'm going to put it on off-centered. Teresa, you could do it. You just need a lot of patience. And then there's the card. So you can see where I don't have a space here, but it's totally fine. The person that gets this card is going to love it. Let me show you some cards that I made before my video from the same Designer Series paper package. I'm going to actually take this off. When I pull it up, I see that it's not even. I'm going to at least get that even so that it's even on the 2 sides. There we go. So there's that. And then this card, I chose to have it open horizontally. All right, so that's the card that we made together, kind of giving you an idea of how to do it. There you go, Anne-Marie. There is no mistakes in stamping, only creative corrections. Oh, cruising YouTube. That's the way to go, girl. That is the way to go. All right, let me show you the first card I made on this one. So this is the first card that is my sample. But see, I didn't cut my base so tight, and so I kind of gave myself more room. So I think that on this one, I would say use a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. That would be 5.5 by 4 1/4, and put it on and then trim it down. That's how I'm going to think that's going to be the best way to do it. That's almost how I did this one. So you can see quite a difference. On this one, I trimmed it as well. So this is all DSP from the same packet. And then one more, this one. Isn't that beautiful? And this is basically what we saw this weekend. The colors were really breathtaking in North Carolina. They were really beautiful. So now I have 4 thank you cards, which I desperately need to get out in the mail. And you guys got to see a new thank you, you guys. Thanks for the encouraging words. You guys are really nice. Now you get to see how those dies work. So that's really a good thing. Let me see if I can pull up a little bit, see if I can get all 4 of them in, just so you can see them. Oops. That ought to make you a little seasick. All right, there we go. So you can see that my borders kind of vary depending on how I cut the paper, which is totally fine. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but it's a really fun die. So this is one way to use it. Like I said, you could cut out, several pieces of paper and change the colors in between. There's a lot of ways that you can do the die. Just Google patchwork pieces die, a Stampin' Up, and you'll get lots and lots and lots of ideas. So this is it. That's my class. That's my card for tonight, you guys. I want to say thank you. Thank you for your patience that you had to watch me sort of glue it all down. That was appreciated because I know that took a little bit of time. I'm always here Monday nights at 8 o'clock live. I try to keep my videos as succinct as possible because I really want you guys to have your nights as well. I appreciate very much that you came and spent some time with me. Just remember, don't forget about that special. It's really a deal of the century, $99 plus tax. You pick out $168.75 worth of product from Stampin' Up. From that day forward, you get a 20% discount on everything you purchase. You can stay a demonstrator until the end of March. And then you have to meet some quarterly minimums, which we can talk about if you have questions, or you can just, drop out. There's no pressure whatsoever. And it's worth every penny because there's so many great products. That brings you through a new catalog that's coming in January plus celebration. And then it also lets you see, I believe it will let you see the new catalog that's coming for 24-25. So there's some juicy little incentives to become a demonstrator. And demonstrator means you might be your own best customer and never ever demonstrate ever. You'll just buy your own product or have a few friends together that do your own stuff. So that's it, you guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a great night. Thanks for listening. I will download this and upload it so you can come back and watch it on my regular YouTube channel, and then I'll post it on Facebook as well. All right, you guys, love you lots. Remember, around here, we make it and we mail it. So I want you to make some cards this week, get them in the mail, and bless someone's socks off. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.